What up, dudes? Welcome to another Tipplers Parlor. We got a good lineup tonight, I think. Well, I feel. I don't know if it's going to be a good one, but I hope it is. So we're going to go through a couple things. We got some new movies have come out, new shows, new stuff, lots of new stuff going on. But we're going to jump right into the first thing we typically start with, and that's reviewing a beer. I'm not drinking one tonight, but I wanted to show you this one. So I just went to the top rated beers on Untapped, and this is it. And it's got, what is it? It's a 4.75 rating with over almost 27,000 ratings. It's got an IBU of 35 and it ABV of 13.6%, but it's Bourbon County brand stout vanilla rye. Then it's a 2014 batch made by Goose Island Beer Company, which is pretty popular. I think a lot of people know their stuff. But it sounds like a pretty good. I'm not very good at, or I don't very much like the bourbon style stuff, the barrel aged stuff. Like that stuff really can be hard for me to drink. Some of them are pretty good. That I haven't had one in a long time, and I probably should try to give it a legitimate chance again. But this one is just got a lot of people just absolutely loving it. I just not sure when if it's something. Now see, this is 5 hours ago, so maybe people are incorrectly logging the 14 batch of it, or I don't know. But it's definitely worth a try. That's like one of the highest rated ones. So we can see what else is on here. They've got another Bourbon County brand stout. Actually 3 that made like the top list, and they all have like the same ratings. And then after that, it goes into other stuff. So yeah, they're just different brands and stuff. So that Bourbon County brand stout by Goose Island is going to be likely some of the best beers that you're gonna drink or whatever. So yeah, that's it. We showcase that beer, and then next we're gonna go into this week's deal of the week. And let me show you the screen here, but I'll talk you through it. So right now, Walmart has some crazy good sales going on, and they're reported better than the Black Friday deals that happened this year. So we can go through a couple of these. So they've got AirPods, which I don't use, but they seem to be out of stock of them. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm trying to look here. It says $199 at Walmart. Target has them for $169. Your Beats 3. Yeah, I don't know. We'll move on from that. So they got the best console deals. So we'll go right here we'll do PlayStation. I'll just rifle through a few of these, but the PlayStation 4 Pro 1TB console. I guess it's the Call of Duty bundle as well. It's typically $399. Amazon's got it for $355. B&H $375. Best Buy's $399. And that comes with Spider-Man and a 3-month of PlayStation Plus as well. So that seems actually, that's Costco. Comes with an additional controller. That's actually pretty good. Oh wait, but that's $479. And then Target's $399. Walmart's got $349. That's the best price for that. But that's gonna be the Call of Duty bundle, not the additional stuff that Costco has. PlayStation 4 Slim 1TB is gonna be typically $299. Amazon's got it for $248. B&H $249. Best Buy $249. Costco is $50 off for members only, it says, but everybody's got Costco, don't you? Target and Walmart both at $249 as well. So it looks like Amazon's got the best one there. You get the the Logitech G29 driving force wheel for PlayStation 3 and 4. It's typically it's typically $400. And right now you can get it on Amazon and Best Buy for $199, so $200, about $100 off. Walmart's about, $200 off, I guess. And Walmart's got it for about $150 off. Is that right? Yeah. Wow. And then B&H is $100 off. Okay, so then you got the DualShock controllers, Midnight Blue. Best Buy and Walmart both have them. Oh no, Best Buy has it for $20 off. Walmart's got it for $40. And then there's some video game sales as well. Jedi Fallen Order. Oh yeah, I did know that Jedi Fallen Order is down to like 40 or 45. So if anybody's interested in that new game, it's supposed to be pretty good. Be something worth playing for sure. And then we're going to go to Xbox, which has the Xbox One S 1 terabyte, 3 months of Game Pass. Costco's got it for $90. Yeah, $90 off. Microsoft Xbox One S 1 terabyte all digital edition typically is $250. Amazon got for $172 right now. That's a pretty good price. Best Buy's $149. That's an even better price. Walmart's $149, and it includes 3 games. It's a really good deal right there. That's the Xbox One S 1 terabyte all digital edition. So I guess you can't use any games with it, no discs, which is fine by me. And then Black Friday prices return for the One X 1 terabyte, typically $500. And Amazon's got it for $347.99, B&H $349, Best Buy $349, Microsoft $349 plus free second controller, Target's $349, and Walmart is $346. So there you go, you get to save a little bit of dollars there. One X controller is typically $60, and Amazon's got starting at $32. Best Buy's $39, and then $46 for Target and Walmart. And then there's some video game sales too. Modern Warfare, Jedi Fallen Order, that's gonna be the same game. Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, so same stuff. If you're into gaming stuff, there are some Bose deals as well. There's some, is it Jabra Elites, Pure Sound Labs Volume. There's some other ones. There's it's just got some headphones here. Oh, here we go. We got some laptops. Walmart has a $50. Oh, that's good. That's a decent machine actually. The $50 price. Oh, it says increase. The Lenovo Legion Y540 is a 15.6 inch with an i7 9750H, a GTX 1050 with 4 gigabytes of graphics memory and the 8 gigabytes of memory. It's got a PCIe SSD on it, so that's pretty good. But that's right now it's for $849, and it's about $250 off is what it's saying, and I'd say that's probably pretty accurate. Now that was on the 19th. And then there's Acer, there's the IdeaPad. That one's probably the best one on that list if you're looking for a cheap gaming laptop. I could call that a budget gaming laptop, I would guess. Yeah, definitely worth it. So yeah, I mean, there's some other deals here. I mean, there's some TVs here. If you're looking for a 4K, you can get a Spectre 65-inch 4K Ultra HD 2160p HDR LED TV for $359, and it says it's $540 off, which is insane. Actually, that's a hell of a deal. I would guess, I'd hope that's a good, TV. But you can get a 55-inch, the same brand, same pretty much everything for $219. 50-inch for $189. Or you can go with the JVC 50-inch for $229. Those are definitely some good deals for sure. Definitely got some good deals going on there. All right, so there's our deal of the week. Some Walmart prices and some gadgets and some fun stuff like that. Good deal of the week. Next thing I want to jump into with the deal of the week and the tech stuff is I've got this article. I wanted to kind of go through it. I haven't actually gone through it, so it's going to be a little unorganized. As much as I have already picked out everything and got it all laid out, but it's the article says it's the worst CPU and GPU purchases of 2019. So it's going to go through the worst ones you could have bought in 2019. So, yeah, let's hop over here and take a look at these real quick. These are going to be processors first. This is the worst, right? It's not like the best. No, the worst CPU and GPU purchases. So, this is as the year's coming to an end, we might as well look at some more of these things. Turns out we decided rather last year we nominated the Skylake X Refresh as one of the worst CPU releases, calling it 2018's biggest snooze fest. Okay. Biggest snooze fest. Our opinion, if you can't afford a fast HEDT parts, you have to afford the most value. And that's something AMD has accomplished in the last 2 generations of their Threadripper, the $1,000 flagship Core i9 10980 XE is more often not done in by the cheaper Ryzen 9 3950X. If you require more PCIe lanes, second generation Threadripper is in many ways a better alternative for much less than for the serious performance. Okay, so let's look at what they got here. Higher is better. Higher score is better. So this is going to be the best score is the AMD, the Threadripper 3970X. Then it's the Threadripper 3960X. And then the Ryzen 9 3950, Ryzen 9 3900. Then the Threadripper 2950, and then that goes down to the i9 10980XE. So we're trying to see, I guess I should have pre-read through this. So are these the worst ones? These are the worst ones? Okay, so let's look here. I guess I don't know what I'm looking at. Let's look here at this chart. This one actually says the GTX 1050 versus the Radeon RX 570 4 gig. So the percentage difference, and it's got the games. So it looks like so it's saying short of the very niche use case of OEM PCs that don't have the 6-pin PCIe power connector, the GTX 1050 is one of the worst GPUs released in 2019. On average, the cheaper RX 570 is 20% faster at 1080 and 24% faster at 1440. And that is a huge difference, given the price difference as well. That's interesting, because I thought the GTX, the 10 or the 1650s, I thought they were good. But I think they were coming out when I got mine, and I got a 1070 Ti, and I think mine was supposed to be better in general, and then for the price I got mine on, it was well worth it. Huh. All right, so here's the Ryzen 7 3800X, and are they comparing it to the RTX 10 or 2080? Or not? Oh, so this is just the list of it. So the GTX. Oh my gosh, did I not read this right? No, we jumped right into it. So the GTX 1050 or 1650 is one of the worst GPUs. Then it says the AMD Ryzen 7 3800X is one of the worst reviews. And I guess they're putting in like price at the point of purchase to product value, like of benchmarking. Then it goes into the i9 9900 KF and KS, and they're saying it's charging users more money to cherry pick the best, reducing overall quality, range, limiting its parts that can't easily run at 5 gigahertz or beyond. Okay. So they started seeing how poorly these were being able to be overclocked. And again, this is the i9 9900 KF and KS series. That's a CPU. And then they've got the MSI X570 Pro or Gaming Pro Carbon. That's a motherboard. So that's in anticipation to AMD's 3rd gen Ryzen. You're interested in the 12 or 16 core models, and we got the new motherboards. And apparently this motherboard was not very good. So given how good their B450 Tomahawk board is, which that might be what I have actually. And then you purchase this X570 board, and unfortunately it didn't live up to the standards as the old board, I guess. They said there's no room for direct airflow. The Asus Tough Gaming X570 peaks at just 73 degrees. And this one, this X570 MSI Gaming Pro hits 106, which is crazy. So don't buy the X570 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard. It says it's expensive for how bad it gets you. Okay, so here's the Tough X3, which is not the one we just talked about. And it is... Oh, so that's the Radeon X RX 5 5700 XT. That's a graphics card with but they're talking about the motherboard as well, or no, that's the whole graphics card. So we're back on a graphics card. On it hits hot, 104 degrees, GDDR6 memory when gaming. We suggest it was too high for a review and almost certainly led to issues, calling it a flawed product that you should avoid. So that's another one to avoid. Huh. Okay, so here is shopping shortcuts for the good stuff. And you got the AMD, the Ryzen 9 3900X, the Ryzen 5 3600, the Ryzen 7 3700, the RX 5700 XT, the RX 5700, the GTX 1660, the RTX 2070, RTX 2070 Super, RTX 2080 Ti. So those are what they're recommending as good stuff to buy for 2019, or I guess as we're going into the new year as well. And the stuff I listed before, which is, again, the bad stuff, is the Asus TUF Gaming X3 Radeon RX 5700 XT. Stay away from. MSI X57 or 570 Gaming Pro Carbon. Stay away from. The Intel iCore or Core i9 9900 KF and KS. Stay away from. The AMD Ryzen 7 3800X, stay away from. The GTX 1050 to stay away from. And that is it. Oh no, the Intel Cascade Lake X, which I've honestly never heard of. So those are all ones to stay away from, they say. So I know that was a little scrambled and unorganized, and I was trying to read, and I should have pre-read that, so my apologies for being unorganized. I want to jump into, there's a couple new things going on. So first we'll start with, there's a new show out on Netflix, and it's The Witcher. And The Witcher is pretty good so far. I can't really fully discuss it properly because I'm only about an episode and a half in. I haven't even watched the full second episode. So I'm very early on in watching it, but so far it's pretty good. What I do notice is the storytelling is in between beats. It's not really told well, with the way things should be told in a show or a movie. Beats. This happens because this happened, but then this happens, therefore this happens, or something like that. And hit that climax per episode. If you're making a show, that should be per episode. And if you're in a movie, that should happen in a movie. If you've got your beats and, each scene or whatever, each beat is this, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, you're not telling a story. You just wrote some words down, and it's not great storytelling techniques. And so far, I didn't see that in the first episode, but you're jumping into something like completely brand new, and it was not like you jumped right into it. That first episode was ready to go. It seemed more like this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and less of this, but this, therefore this, then, this or whatever. So, can't really give it a proper review, and maybe next time I'm gonna watch a few more episodes because I think there's several on there, so I'm gonna go through what I can. I am all caught up. Well, no, I'm not all caught up on The Mandalorian either, which is another show that's out, and I would say that's pretty good. Each episode of that has been really good, and I think they're only clocking in at 30 minutes an episode, so fantastic. You can't beat that for a show. You start getting too long with these shows, it's just ugh. These shows that try to be a long movie are what drives me nuts, irritates me. I can't stand it, to be honest. So, not going to weigh in too much on The Mandalorian either. I need to sit down and actually properly review that and get caught up. So those are two shows I will definitely probably keep watching. Another show I just finished was Firefly. If anybody's seen, it's Joss Whedon's Firefly from 2003, 2001, something like that. If you get a chance, watch it. It's great show. Every episode's written well. They're all like, most of them are under an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. So it's a fantastic show to watch. But what I do want to jump into is the big movie this year, Rise of Skywalker. It is Star Wars' final Skywalker saga movie. You know, the ninth, the last one in this third trilogy. So basically, there's a couple of key points here, and this is now going to be somewhat of a spoiler. I'm going to reveal right now the Rise of Skywalker makes Knights of the Old Republic's Darth Revan character canon, and I've been waiting for that forever. And that is not the spoiler. I mean, that's awesome news, but that's not the spoiler. But now how it makes it canon is where it's going to be spoiler. So if you are watching or listening, you don't want to be spoiled, this is where you would cut it off if you don't want to ruin that movie. So anyways, here we'll show you over here. We got so Knights of the Old Republic is Darth Revan. Revan character is one of my favorites of all time. Actually, is my favorite character of all time. Star Wars is now canon. It's no longer Legends. So Rise of Skywalker made it canon, and what happened is in the movie there were there was a visual dictionary that released, and it revealed that each, here we go, I'm reading it now. So it revealed that each 5,000 strong legion of Emperor Palpatine's Sith troopers were all part of his final order, named after an ancient Sith Lord. So one of those, and it was the third one, was named the Third Revan Legion. And that confirms that Darth Revan is actually a character. So he's not just there and pretty awesome. Now he's actually a character that does exist. Now their backstory, they could do whatever they want with the backstory, supposedly. You know, Revan's got in Star Wars, the online game, The Old Republic, that just, it's been a few years now that they just added more to Revan's character. Revan started in 2000 or 2001 when Knights of the Old Republic were released, and then there's been books and lots of things that have progressed from there, and they've built this character, and it aged over like 400 years, I think, in the Star Wars universe. And like I said, in Star Wars, the Old Republic, the online game, just completed the end of his story or added some more to the end of his story, and that was just a couple years ago, and he's just been my favorite character forever. And they just, it's really big news that they just confirmed he's a character in canon. So supposedly they are making a Knights of the Old Republic movie that's supposedly in the works, and that could now mean that he could be in that. I think Malik is in it. Again, some of this may be circumstantial or, I guess, rumors, but we don't know. But he was once a Sith Lord, and he's now officially canon. So, according to that visual dictionary, only Sith Eternals, the Sith Eternal cultists, know the significance. So, of the names of the ancient Sith Lords, we know that Revan was in it. There was also, I'm going to butcher these names, and Dedu, Tanis, Tenebraus, Phobos, and Decius. They all had Sith Trooper legions named after them. Darth Phobos and Decius both appeared in the Force Unleashed games, which I've not played. I've not played that at all. Okay, now right here is saying that this is not the first crossover from Knights of the Old Republic into canon. The Hammerhead class cruiser that was first introduced in the 2003 game played a pivotal role in the events of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's interesting. I need to watch Rogue One again. I not noticed anything from that, and I don't even know if I've seen the full thing of Rogue One. I think I broke it up and didn't watch it all. So that's very interesting. So that's not the first old Knights of the Old Republic crossover, although it's kind of the biggest. So that's pretty interesting, and I'm very, very excited for that. That's absolutely made my day. Also, we're going to go into my thoughts of Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. Right now, it's the worst box release of any Star Wars film, I think they said ever, or at least with the prequels in this new trilogy. So it's not doing very good. It's not doing very good for anybody. Not nearly as big as they had hoped it was going to be. Especially since it's the worst film that Disney had. And the last film was kind of awful. No, this is Rise of Skywalker. It was The Last Jedi. That was really bad. It got a lot of bad ratings, and it felt the story felt rushed. And here's the thing, I need to go through and watch all three of them in a row, or I should have watched the first two before I went and saw Rise of Skywalker, which I did not. But Last Jedi just felt rushed. It just was like here, like it was just, it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. And this one, they're saying is worse. They're saying that there's again, I don't have the reference points because I didn't watch them all in sequence, but they're saying the plot holes in the third one somewhat render the first two pointless. And yeah, they switched directors, and Rian Johnson made the third one, and J.J. Abrams made the first two, or the first one and the last one. But they're not doing so good. And like I said, this is the worst film since Disney bought it. And what I think it's difficult. It's weird because you're not going to please anybody, or everybody, I should say. And when you make a new Star Wars film, J.J. Abrams pretty much played tribute to the old ones. And with with the first one he came out with, it literally followed line with A New Hope. And it was like a good tribute film because the prequels was so bad, so you got back to your roots, and it was okay. Yeah, I mean, that's all right. But that made a lot of people upset. What a lot of people are wanting is a brand new storyline. Introduce this new generation of Star Wars fans into the Skywalker saga, into the family we've grown and known to love. It's your chance to write something and create something new instead of follow suit on something. So again, if you would have created something new, you could have got the prequels and be like, oh, that's not Star Wars or whatever, so you're never going to make everyone happy. With that being said, then Rian Johnson got the second film, and it was kind of bad. I mean, you're just ending things and endless plots, no conclusion. You try to make it somewhat bad, and it didn't quite follow suit of the fifth film, episode 5, which is Empire Strikes Back. So Empire was kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't quite like that. And then you get this new one, and you kind of know what's going to happen. If you've seen any of the trailers, I mean, Sidious is back. You hear his voice, and he says something like, raising my army or something. He's back, and the film starts off with that. Boom, he's there. They don't jump around to that, like hint that he might be there and then show up later. So that's very good that they did that. But then you kind of knew, like, there's no surprise Just nothing clever with it. And it just felt like it was an entire tribute film. I mean, you had Carrie Fisher in it as Leia, and she had died before this film even started shooting. So they used deleted scenes from the second film to shoot, put her in this film. And it they had every single like old character back. It just felt like a giant tribute, and they were just trying to do right for the franchise, and that just pissed a lot of people off for the same reason I said. You had the chance to create your new story, but you didn't. It's the same thing. It was a Skywalker, the bad Skywalker turned good, killing Palpatine. Literally the same shit again. And nothing creative about it. I mean, there was nothing creative, but I understand the tribute to it. You pay tribute to Carrie and Luke and every single Jedi. I mean, Yoda in it speaks, Obi-Wan young and old, and all of them, Anakin young, old, Vader reborn or whatever, like they're all in it. Mace Windu I think's in it. I mean, they're just all these characters are in it, and it's just felt like it tried to pay tribute to some crazy ass thing happening, and they're trying to pay tribute. And I mean, you knew what was going to happen. There wasn't much surprising there. So wasn't really good storytelling. A good tribute, trying to get back to their roots and just trying to end on a good note. And all the critics who say that you had a chance to write something new and do all of this, and I think there's an article out there that says J.J. Abrams has said they're right. All the critics are right. Like this, and he knew it going in that was going to be the case. And you're not going to win. And that's just, it is what it is. You're not going to please everybody. And this just happened to seem to make more people upset. But with this film being so bad, there are reports that it might get Lucasfilm's president fired. So that's how bad it was. I mean, since they got the franchise, they released 3 not the best hits. 2 of the last were really bad. And there talks that it might get the president fired. So, because he oversaw all of the Star Wars products since Disney bought him, and so now they may change that. So we'll be interested to see what they do next. I hope they start fresh, maybe even with a new president. Start fresh, get a new story going, and let's create something new. Let's create this giant. Star Wars is amazing. The Old Republic Star Wars, the online game, is fantastic. Knights of the Old Republic are great. The newer video games in the last decade not been so good. Fallen Order, I guess, is pretty good. So I guess that came out in this decade, so it might be good. But let's create what is a beautiful universe where you can get lost in. It's some of my favorite, and my favorite is the Old Republic. It's back. It's back. I like back then. I mean, thousands of years before Vader was born, Anakin and Luke and all of that. So that's my favorite. If they started doing stuff back then, it's going to be fantastic. BioWare did those games, and Lucasfilms and Disney could learn from them, to be honest. So let's hope that's where it goes. On that note, we're going to end it there, and hopefully Disney gets something good created. Maybe a new trilogy, something pretty awesome. But that's it. You liked the episode? Give me a thumbs up. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. We're going to do more of these. We'll keep going. Keep them going. Until next time. Cheers.